Good morning, everyone. It is September 30th, 2025. It is Tuesday around 10, looks like 10:13 to be exact. We're starting here. So let's jump in. First of all, before I get started, I would like to say this. If you are learning something from these videos, or you would like me to continue creating content like this, please consider clicking the like and subscribe button. That'll definitely help us out. And we would like to hear some feedback from you as well. So where we left off yesterday is we were over in this zone over here. And what I was saying is that we need to stay above this change of character. Now, we didn't stick it yet. Okay? We got over it, but we haven't stuck that landing yet. And that's important to understand, that it needs to stay above this. Even though we got above once, we broke through it, doesn't mean that it's going to stick. It can definitely go much lower, like this and like this. This was the all-time high, right? We broke the all-time high. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this actually gets above and sticks here, or it gets above and sticks over here. These are the two areas that I'm looking for. Now, I did mention yesterday at the end of the video that if you were looking for a long, this is where you'd want to look for a long. Okay, we need to stay above the bottom of this long block here. Okay, this is an order block. So if we go any lower than this, I'm going to cut my trade for sure. Okay, I have now taken, I'm in a long still. I've taken profit here and I've taken profit here at this point. And I'm pretty satisfied with that. What I am looking for is I'm looking to add on to my trade now. I'm looking to DCA in, but I'm looking for a nice area to do it in. So if we get into this zone right over here, I will be looking to do it. The other thing that we were looking at, or that I mentioned, was I was looking for this section over here to get hit. The reason why is because if you look over here, we skimmed basically, and there's an order block right over here. So I am looking that if it does come down to this section, I will add on to my trade right around there. Now, I don't have to add on over here. I'm not going to get greedy or anything like that. But if we do get down to this section, I think it would be a good decision, or a good swing, basically, to take some of this profit that I got, throw it in here, and then try to get back to here to rinse and repeat. Right? So that's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for it to come into this section right over here. Just tap. I'm not looking for it to go all the way down here. If it goes down here, that's concerning. What I'm looking for is for it to tap. And if it taps, like I said, I'd be looking to add on to my long that I'm already in, and I've taken some profit. I've taken some profit twice already, I believe. All right. So the other thing I wanted to make you aware of is this. This is still lingering. Okay. We've got some money that's left on the table there, right? And if you notice, what we did here was this is a lower low, but now we've got a lower high. Okay, and also this right here was a higher high, right? Because it got above here. So what I would be looking for is I would be looking for it to get a lot higher. This right here is a little bit of a concern, but again, like what it could be doing is something like this. It just broke this area right here, so I expect it to do some kind of retracing, because this is resistance. This is resistance right over here. You can see that right there. So I kind of consider it kind of like being in the mud, right? But I am looking for this to be taken out. Now, this same thing was over here. If I were to put, there's a dollar sign over here because we dropped really quickly, and then there's a dollar sign over here, which it dropped pretty quickly. But this candle now has taken this out, this one. So anyone that was short over here was taken out by this one. So we've got another one right over here and another one right over here. So I'm grouping them together just to this one right here, because this one really is the priority of the two. Okay, so we are still in the bottom of the range here. We're still inside the range, which is good. So we will see how that plays out tomorrow, or today and tomorrow, right? All right, so let's jump over to Ethereum. Is this the one? Yes. Okay, great. So Ethereum, I am also in a long. I caught a long down here. That was something that I caught on Friday. And I've taken a good amount of profit now. I've actually taken profit 3 times. I believe I've taken profit here, here, and right over here. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking to possibly add on to my long. Okay, now this candle and this candle here is my target. And you'll notice that I've got this yellow line over here. If I were to stretch this yellow line over from here all the way over, you'll see that we are just at this peak right here and a little bit underneath this one. So this is my area right here as kind of like, if we were to wick down here, I think I'll add on to my long. But if we break below it, right? Excuse me. If we break below it, I'm going to cut this trade because we would be going a lot lower. All right, so this really is the area. Now, if I do find that it taps the bottom of this right here, and it starts to find some strength over here to move up, I am looking for it to get closer to the 50% range. Right, that's what I'm looking for from this. And so we are looking for right now for this to be support. Okay, because we got support over here, we got support over here, and we're looking for it just to kind of say like, okay, we are really support, right? We're not breaking down just yet. So that's what I'm looking for. I am looking for an area that I can possibly throw my my take profit and maybe, rinse and repeat this area, right? And run it up. This is ultimately our first kind of line, our first zone, right? We need to get over this line first, and then kind of like, then we should be able to tap this. So just like Bitcoin, this is the area we need to get above. Okay. All right, so that's that. Let's go take a look over at the S&P. Okay. Looks like we're back into this channel. Right, let's take this and let's move it up just a little bit, like so. Let's get some of the tops here. Yeah, looks like we're back into this channel that we were in before. Starting to feel like we're losing a little bit of that momentum, honestly. Yeah. Well, let's see what it brings. We've got to hit this. We can totally hit that. Yeah, looks like we tried to. Looks like we tried to hit this line over here, but we didn't quite hit it. So we'll see. This is a little tricky part right here, right? But we are in this channel still. We're right over here. We're still stuck in this channel. So we could be heading towards the middle of this line here. This is the high. Of course, this is going to be resistance. So this is kind of like the range that we're in right now. If I were to make this into a range, right? So that's the range. It has to stay above this right here, which basically is touching this middle part. But it can definitely come down here and kind of bounce up. So we'll see what that does today. What's important when you're watching these videos is understand this. I am not trying to fill you up with a bunch of noise. Noise becomes distraction. I'm giving you pure data, pure information, something that you can look at yourself and make a good, decision for yourself. Of course, like I like to put my money behind everything that I'm saying. It's not something that I'm just telling like these are what my thoughts are. Understanding these charts means nothing if you're not going to take action, right? The purpose of trading is to have your money work for you. And yeah, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to mess up along the way. But the important thing is that, if you decide to run a race and you find out that it's a lot harder, sometimes you can't run across that finish line. You have to walk, right? And sometimes you just might be hurt doing it. But you have to finish the race, because what happens is the next time that you approach the race, you will come back with a little bit more knowledge based on what you failed on. So it's important for you guys to really try your best to not look at these charts and be like, well, I thought so. Oh, I knew it was going to go there. That does nothing for you. All it does for you is just make you sound glorious and, Mr. Know-It-All, or you know what, I've got something on you that you don't have, something like that. That means nothing. At the end of the day, if you know something and you have some knowledge, then it's important for you to take some kind of action behind it and not be afraid to fail. You will lose money from time to time. Just don't bet the house on it. There's no reason for it. You don't have to keep up with anybody. You can start with a little bit and work your way up to see if you've I almost sneezed. To see if you've got the zones. Like, it doesn't matter how much money I put in here. It never does, right? What matters is that I actually got the zone correct. And I take profit along the way because I'm not trying to impress anyone. I am trying to just take profit and move on. Right? This was my opportunity right here. So I felt this was a good spot to go in, and I took that chance. So it's important that you not only learn these charts, but you try to execute your ideas. And don't worry about failing. Like, you're going to lose. Just, it hurts more when you lose it all. So don't bet it all. Right? It's a 50-50 chance that you're right. You're either going to lose or you're going to win. What I'm giving you here is a little bit more of my vision of an edge, right? So take it or leave it. It's up to you. Do what you got to do, but it's important that you know that this is not noise driven. I'm not trying to fill you up with gobbledygook. Like, it's just This is the real deal of trading right here. And this is the real deal of trading with me. This is the way I trade, and I got a pretty good win rate, right? So it's not flashy. It's not anything. It's just understanding, like how to move forward. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to you guys. We'll see what it's going to bring. I still got the same kind of analysis as I do Monday. Monday, you can go through and look at the details and everything like that. But again, I'm looking to add on to my long. I'm looking for it to get around here somewhere, right? And the same thing goes with Ethereum. Ethereum is making its way down to the bottom of this range here. And again, I'm looking to possibly add on to my long with the idea that I will cut my trade if we go any lower than that. Okay. Anyway, all right. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks.